welcome to the special show from outside Apollo hospitals here in Chennai. It's a somber day for people in Tamil Nadu and across India, even as Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J Jayalalithaa continues to be critical, and even as we keep continuing to give the health updates, the next half an hour we are going to spend celebrating the life and times of India's most popular Chief Minister.
This is the story of a girl before she became a film star and later went on to become one of the top politicians of the country. The fact is this, that very few people know that Jayalalithaa at one point of time wanted to go on to study and become a lawyer. But circumstances did not permit her to do this, and she had to take to films to pursue a career and earn a living. The rest, as they say, is history.
Born on the 24th of February 1948, she was just 2 years old when her father died, and she and her mother went to live with her grandfather, who was a surgeon with the King of Mysore. Her mother, a struggling actress called Sandhya, nudged the little Jayalalithaa to start acting. In 1961, she was just 13 years old when she starred in her first film. She gave her first hit film 3 years later. She even acted in one Hindi film called Izzat against Dharmendra as a male co-star in 1968. Jayalalithaa made an impact on the then mega superstar MGR, who cast her in his films. She took her books and studies to her sets, studying and shooting films together. MGR's and Jayalalitha's chemistry made history. The two acted in more than 20 films, all super hits. Her last film in Tamil was in 1980. But the last film she worked on, in which she played the lead heroine, was a Telugu film in the same year, which became the highest grosser of the year.
ఒక చిన్నది అన్నది పాడను పాడను పాడనని ఒకటే మాట 10 సార్లంటే అది పాట కాక మరి ఏమిటని ఒక చిన్నోడు నన్నన్నాడు పాడు 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 అని ఒకటే మాట 10 సార్లంటే అది పాడు కాక ఇంకేమిటని.
Jayalalithaa ruled the roost in Tamil cinema, after which she gracefully moved on to her political life.
సొగసుకు పొగరు ఆకుకు సున్నం వంటిది లేకుంటే ఆడది అంకెలేని సున్నవుతుంది. సొగసుకు పొగరు ఆకుకు సున్నం వంటిది లేకుంటే ఆడది అంకెలేని సున్నవుతుంది. ఒకలాంటి పురుషుడు పడుతోడుదాలి లేకుంటే కదవి పండదని నీకు తెలియాలి. ఒక చిన్నది అన్నది పాడను పాడను పాడనని ఒకటే మాట 10 సార్లంటే అది పాడరాక మరి ఏమిటని.
She is Amma today for everyone, the matriarch of Tamil Nadu. But what is forgotten is her stardom. She was one of the most successful actors in her times. In the 2-decade career, she was the most sought-after actress, and she was in the pinnacle of her stardom. That is probably forgotten after she entered the politics. Here is a look at her celluloid career.
Jaya, the politician, and the cult following that she has is unparalleled. But Jaya was used to being in the limelight since her childhood days. Born in February 1948, Jaya took to Bharatanatyam when she was just 3. Encouraged by her family to take to cultural activities, Jaya did everything from dance to drama. Jaya made her debut in 1961 with the film Sri Shaila Mahatime, although the first film Jaya started shooting for was an English movie. The movie got delayed and released later in 1966. In 1962, Jaya had a 3-minute dance sequence in a Hindi film, Manmoji, and then went on to do several plays with her mother and aunt. Jaya's debut as the lead actress came in 1964 with the Kannada film Chinnada Gombe. Her Tamil film Vennira Ade also became a huge hit. Jaya's first film with MGR was Aayirathil Varuvan, that became a blockbuster, and they went on to do 27 films together from 1965 to 1973, with Pattikadu Ponnaya being their last film. During her long and accomplished career in films, Jaya won several awards and accolades, including the Filmfare for the Best Actress in Tamil half a dozen times. She also holds the record for being the only Tamil actress with maximum Silver Jubilee hits. The last time Jaya the actor shot for a film was for Nadiye Tedi Vandakadu before pledging all her time for active politics. Bureau Report, NewsX.
No other state in independent India has been able to survive the deadly combination of politics and cinema. Cinema runs politics and vice versa. And Tamil Nadu's most powerful woman was perhaps no different in choosing this path. First, earning her stars as a celebrated dancer, then going on to become an actress, and later also going on to becoming the face of this film industry.
In the 60s and the 70s, Jayalalitha's domination in the Tamil film industry was complete. Her pairing with matinee idol MGR was absolute. In her heydays, she was the legendary beauty. We are talking of Tamil film icon and Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu and AIADMK Supremo J Jayalalithaa. Jayalalithaa acted in over 140 films, and she was the golden girl of Tamil cinema. Of these, 77 films ran for over 100 days and 18 for more than 25 weeks, starting from her debut film in 1965, which immediately catapulted her to stardom. A love triangle featuring Shrikant Nirmala and teenage Jayalalithaa, it was a huge commercial success. It set her on a course to superstardom in days to come. Her first movie was rated adults only, but the irony is that she could not watch her own debut movie in the theatres because she was not an adult. Her 140 films includes Tamil, Kannada, Telugu films opposite all top heroes of that time. Winning award in films from 1961 to 1980, Jayalalithaa was considered as one of the most prolific and most versatile actresses, having appeared in films of different genres and for performing wide variety of characters. And this went a long way in establishing her reputation as a multifaceted actor.
Remember what happened to her?
கணவன் கீத்த கோட்டை கடந்து அறியாள் அடியேன் மனைவி.
Yes, always yours sincerely.
A trained classical dancer, she showed off her dancing skills in most of her films.
என்னோடு இங்கே வா தென்றலே, நீ மறந்தால் நான் வரவா.
Jayalalithaa was the most popular heroine in South India, so much so that prestigious film magazines and journals saw her as an equivalent to Sharmila Tagore. She was endorsing brands and was hailed as a new cultural icon. In addition to acting, Jayalalithaa was a regular columnist, avid reader, orator, short story writer, and a novelist.
இன்று முதல் இவன் என் மெய்காப்பான்.
ராணி, இவன் ஆபத்தானவன்.
ஆனாலும் அஞ்சானேன். அவனை எல்லாம் மெச்சத்தக்க மாவீரன்.
பகைவனுக்கு பாராட்டா, அழிக்கப்பட வேண்டியவனுக்கு ஆரத்தியா.
தளபதியாரே, வீரம் எங்கிருந்தாலும் அதை பயன்படுத்திக் கொள்வதுதான் விவேகமான அரசியல்.
Journey from Ammu to Amma has not been easy for J Jayalalithaa. Born in Karnataka, this Brahmin girl would one day rise up to rule the entire state. She had to fight against many odds, against misogyny and also caste-based politics. Then entered MGR, who became her political mentor. It was also a boon and a bane because MGR went on to strip her of all the posts while her rivals stripped her dignity. Here is the journey from a superstar to the chief minister.
A star is born in Karnataka who will one day rule Tamil Nadu. J Jayalalithaa is born in Mysuru in an orthodox Tamil Brahmin family and blossomed in Chennai. She topped the state in class 10 and was fluent in 6 languages, an intellect and linguistic prowess which would prove to be essential. Under the tutelage of Guru Sarasa, she became an accomplished dancer as well. At the tender age of 13, Jaya makes her debut as a child artist. She acted in English, Kannada and Hindi. Epistle, the only English movie in her career, was the first movie she started shooting for. She would study through the week and shoot on the weekends.
You find how she has single-handedly, she has had no political pedigree, no one to help her. Her mother passed away when she was just 21, and MGR's closeness was also very uncertain because of his coterie pulling him away from her. And so it was such a difficult life she had, and she fought it through, you know, she fought every obstacle.
Wise beyond her years, by age 15, Jaya was ready to take center stage. She debuts as a lead actress in a Kannada film called Chinnada Gombe or The Golden Girl. Her debut in Tamil films with Vennari Adai was a huge success. In the same year, she acts opposite M.G. Ramachandran. A relationship blossomed which went on for 2 decades, first as a co-star and later as a political protege. After a 10-year separation from MGR, the two of them paired for the last time on silver screen in 1973. And 28 super hit films later, their collaboration ends with MGR scripting his political career.
She was able to be a despot, a benevolent despot if you like. She was able to use what the state had to offer to create and to fashion policies which basically meant her perpetuation.
With her mentor MGR taking over the reins of Tamil Nadu in 1977, she began nursing political ambitions. In 1982, an eloquent Jaya joins the AIADMK, and a year later she's promoted as its propaganda secretary.
MGR, gave her some important assignments like, inducting her into the noon meal scheme committee and other things. So her growth in the party from 1982 to 87 till MGR's death was gradual, and it was very noticeable one. In 84, she was made as Rajya Sabha member also.
After several ups and downs, MGR's demise divided the party. One faction is led by Jaya and the other by MGR's wife Janaki.
You have to understand the experience she has been through the cinema world, and she is very sensitive to insults and imagined insults and misconstrued insults. So therefore it's very difficult for her to fight, not to fight with someone whom she has a coalition in which she has almost an equal position with that person. People who bow and scrape before her, she has no difficulty.
It was a trial by fire for Jaya. Denounced by some as an outsider, she fought both caste politics and misogyny and positioned herself as the nemesis of Karunanidhi. Jaya rose into power in the 1991 elections with an astounding victory, humiliating DMK, which won only 2 seats.
I think negatives are much more than positives. This is my opinion.
And with this began the rise of the matriarch of Madras. Bureau Report, NewsX.
A mentor and protege who created magic on screen before ruling the state of Tamil Nadu. It was MGR who spotted the politician in J Jayalalithaa, gave her entry into the Indian Parliament and instilled in her a sense of belonging in Tamil politics. Here's a look at their journey of trial and triumph.
The year was 1965. A 17-year-old upcoming actress shared screen space with the iconic Tamil superstar M.G. Ramachandram. The on-screen pair would soon set out on a journey together that lasted for almost 2 decades. First as co-stars, later as political mentor and protege. They were loved by the masses. The silver screen collaboration that lasted for 28 films, ending with blockbuster Pattikattu Ponnaiya in 1973. But it wasn't a smooth ride for the two. Pressure from party colleagues forced MGR to act with other heroines. But the separation couldn't last long, as destiny had something else on its mind. In 1977, MGR becomes Tamil Nadu's chief minister for the first time. But it took another 5 years to bring his famous on-screen partner to politics.
Jayalalithaa, basically a very sharp-minded person, used that opportunity, and MGR, gave her some important assignments like, inducting her into the noon meal scheme committee and other things.
1982, Jaya becomes an AIADMK party member. But the spark was evident given the huge reception to her debut speech titled Pennin Perumai, meaning greatness of women.
Jayalalithaa is much more ruthless than MGR. And second one is, she is not inclusive like MGR. That we have to keep it in mind. But that is her style of functioning. In spite of her ruthlessness, she was able to win again and again and again in Tamil Nadu politics.
In just a year, MGR appointed his protege as party's propaganda secretary, before sending her to Rajya Sabha, where she served till 1989. 3 years later, MGR passes away and the party is in complete disarray. Many still vividly remember the image of Jaya being pushed and abused. Her party leaders from atop the gun carriage carrying MGR's body during his funeral. In her own words, Jaya thought it a conscious attempt to teach her a lesson. The party soon broke into 2 factions, one led by MGR's wife Janaki and the other by Jaya. Shortly after his death, his wife Janki formed the government in Tamil Nadu, but it lasted for only 21 days, dismissed by Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. 1989 and DMK sweeps the assembly polls, forcing Janki to quit the party, clearing the path for Jaya's accession as the political heir of her mentor MGR. It was only the start of Jaya's journey to becoming the chief minister, enjoying the same popularity as MGR. Bureau Report, NewsX.
Politics and rivalry go hand in hand, but very few match the bitterness that Jayalalithaa and Karunanidhi share. In 3 decades of politics, a time that they spent together in politics, Jayalalithaa and Karunanidhi have not exchanged any pleasantry. So vitiated is the equation that last month Madras High Court had to intervene and express disappointment about the hate politics practiced in Tamil Nadu. Here is a look at how this acrimony was built, how this hatred was built, and how it only soared over the time.
When Jayalalithaa made her film debut, Karunanidhi, a successful and much sought-after scriptwriter, was already deeply engaged in politics. But decades later, their paths would cross, as would their swords, in what was to become one of the most vitriolic relationships in Indian politics. The die was already cast, with Jayalalithaa entering politics at the behest of MGR, Karunanidhi's bête noire, in 1982. But it took 7 years for the rivalry to come to a head. It remains one of the most disputed, dramatic and unfortunate episodes of Tamil Nadu politics.
What happened was, 91-96, there was a series of corruption cases, and one of the cases, the High Court judge even said why no action was being taken against her, and Karnataka very reluctantly arrested her and put her in jail. And of course, she was in jail for 10 days and she got bail. She felt utterly humiliated. She vowed to take revenge on that. And then when she came back to power, she arrested Karunanidhi, but she could not make out a case against him, any corruption or anything like that. She was dragged out and humiliated. This is tit-for-tat politics.
On March 25, 1989, Jayalalithaa, the state's first woman leader of opposition, having united the AIADMK after a succession battle, was attacked by a DMK minister in the state's legislative assembly. She compared herself to Draupadi, said her sari had been pulled and torn, demanding that the DMK government be dismissed. 8 months later, she swept the Lok Sabha election with ally Congress and in 1991 became Chief Minister for the first time. 5 years later, in 1996, the Karunanidhi government made sure the disproportionate assets case against Jayalalithaa gained enough publicity and legal procedures were followed. In 2001, Jaya extracted her pound of flesh, putting both Karunanidhi and his son M.K. Stalin behind bars in a sordid episode, criticized for police excesses and abuse of state machinery. Every 5 years, the two leaders replaced each other as chief ministers, reversed schemes, extracted revenge. In 2015, Karunanidhi's party appealed against Jayalalitha's acquittal at the Supreme Court in the disproportionate assets case. The DMK chief raised questions about the chief minister's health that followed her to Apollo Hospital in September this year. But political observers say Jayalalithaa may have dealt the final blow, doing what her mentor did 3 decades back, keeping Karunanidhi out of power for 2 consecutive terms. Bureau Report, NewsX.
Jayalalithaa always enjoyed a huge following in Tamil Nadu, but many wonder why her tryst in Delhi was so short-lived. It was in 1998 that she teamed up with the NDA to support the Vajpayee government. But after the famous Tea Party, where she met Sonia Gandhi, one of her rivals, she decided to topple the same government. Jayalalithaa, with this one move, announced her arrival on the national scene. Diplomatic and astute, she was from there on a force to reckon with.
Jayalalithaa has always preferred the state stage to the national arena. However, she made one rare exception. in 1998 when she teamed up to support Atal Bihari Vajpayee's NDA. With 30 MPs, she was NDA's most influential partner. But the bonhomie between the two didn't last long. For even at the national level, her eye has always been on the state. Upset that the NDA was not imposing precedence rule in Tamil Nadu and dismissing the government there, she used a politically correct pretext to pull out, demanding the resignation of the Defence Minister George Fernandes over Coffin Gate. Then she teamed up with an old rival and Congress President Sonia Gandhi to pull down the Vajpayee-led government.
To the President, communicating the decision of the AIADMK to withdraw its support to the government headed by Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee with immediate effect.
The infamous Tea Party organized by Subramaniam Swamy, which brought Sonia and Jaya on the same platform, is even today a landmark moment in national history.
First week of 1999, she said, "I've had enough. I've been scraping the bottom of the barrel." Her exact phrase was, she's very good. I mean, she's convent educated, so all her phraseology is typically Anglo-Saxon. She said, "I've been scraping the bottom of the barrel, no more. You have to promise now to bring it down."
Jayalalithaa withdrew support and the Vajpayee government lost the vote of confidence by just one vote. This was also the first time that the people of Delhi got a glimpse of the matriarch of Madras.
She fought it like anything. Nobody can question her fighting skills. But you know, the rest of the things after MGR's death and in 1981, ever since Jayalalithaa came back to power, this is basically, you know, I can say that in the past 26 years of her governance is a mixed bag.
With a soft-spoken, convent-educated English, she charmed the capital and sent shivers down the spines of the politicians. She has since refused to be part of a national coalition, leaving that space to the DMK, preferring to use her numbers in the Lok Sabha as a bargaining clout with the party in power.
Thanks so much for watching our special programming on Jayalalithaa. Keep watching and stay tuned for more breaking news and alerts on Jayalalitha's health.